On a recent trip to Dollar Tree, I grabbed several packages of their building blocks, and we're going to create a super cute and easy Father's Day DIY. To build my project on, I'm just using one of these small squares from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to be using 3 packages of the white blocks and then 1 package of the blue. And I'm going to start out by creating my base layer, and for each of the 4 corners, I'm going to have just 1 row of blue. You'll see what I mean here in a moment. And then I'm going to have a repeating pattern. My first row is going to be a 6 block, a 4 block, 8 block, and a 6. And then I'll repeat that pattern all the way around till I create a square. And then for my next row, I'll tell you when we get there the blocks that I'm going to use. But of course, I'm just using a pattern that I thought would look nice. You can use whatever pattern you want, and if you want to make yours multicolor, of course, you can do that as well. I'm using Titebond's Quick and Thick to glue the blocks together because I am going to ship this piece. You can use whatever glue that you prefer, or if you want to be able to take it apart at a later time, obviously just not glue it. This is going to be a pencil box, so I want to again make sure it's not going to come apart in the shipping process, and whenever they put their pens, pencils, scissors, that sort of thing in the box, I don't want it to fall apart on them. As I mentioned earlier, each of the 4 corners is going to have a blue block, and as we build the layers, you'll see those blue blocks create a column on each corner of the cube. This is totally optional, but I think it gives the piece a lot more definition and just makes it look nicer. And for the second layer, I'm using a 4-8-4-8 pattern, and I'll repeat that all the way around. And once that layer is finished, I'll switch back to that pattern that I used on the first layer. Then I'll simply alternate between the 2 patterns all the way to the top. And I'm going to make a total of 10 layers for the cube. Welcome, everybody. I'm so happy to have you here. If you're new, hi, I'm Gwen. Thanks so much for stopping by. And if you're returning, as always, thanks so much for stopping by and supporting my channel. I truly appreciate you. I actually started running out of some of my white pieces, so I had to get a little creative. To make the 4 blocks and the 8 blocks, I simply put 2 smaller pieces together to make the size I needed. Hopefully that makes sense, but if not, you can see exactly what I'm doing here on screen. Once everything is glued together, you really can't tell the difference, and it allowed me to finish the project without having to run out and buy more blocks. For the last layer, I'm going to use all blue pieces. I'll keep the 4 blocks in the corner so those blue columns will continue all the way to the top, and for the other sections, I'll use an 8 block. I thought ending with the full blue layer would look nice because it creates a nice finished border all the way around the top of the cube, and it will also help define the shape and make the blue corner columns stand out even more. I let the cube set overnight just to make sure the glue was completely dry, and for the finishing touch, I printed out 3 photos of my grandchildren and a small Best Dad Ever sign on vinyl sticker paper. I'll link the sticker paper I used down below for you, and after cutting everything out with my paper trimmer and scissors, I just carefully centered each one of them on the cube and smoothed them down as I went, and with that, we are all done. I am so happy with how this turned out, but I would like to know what you guys think. Today I'm joining two of my friends, Michelle at the Southern Shell and Jette at Craft Along with Jay, for some wonderful Father's Day DIYs. I'll have their channels listed down in the description box. Make sure you go and say hello to them. And if you hear from their channel, hi, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. For my next Father's Day gift, we're going to use this crate that I've thrifted. Now, it's been in my stash for a minute, so it was pretty grubby. So I'm going to give it a really good scrub down. And when I was scrubbing it, some of the stain or varnish started coming off. And I was like, ooh, I like that, because it just really added to that aged, vintagey look I was looking for. And all these gorgeous metal details on it, I just love it. Because we're going to be creating a vintagey, fun root beer crate for Dad. And I can't wait for y'all to see what we do. It's very simple, very easy, but it is such a nice piece. I created two vintagey looking shipping labels and a tag to add to the crate. But before I do that, I'm going to add Mod Podge to this piece of poster board that I've cut out, because I'm going to decoupage the tag onto the poster board, because I'm going to tie it onto the crate and I don't want it to be really flimsy. I want it to be sturdy. And while the Mod Podge is drying, I'm going to go ahead and cut out the tag and the labels. I'm going to lay the tag as straight as I can on top of the poster board and just place a sheet of parchment paper on top. And I'm just going to use the heat from my mini press to reactivate that Mod Podge and cause the tag to adhere to the poster board. And then I'll just go ahead and cut that out. To make the shipping labels look even more distressed, I'm going to use a tiny paintbrush and some water and just lightly run it along the edges of the labels, and then I'm just going to tear away that excess paper. The idea is for these shipping labels to look very, very old, like they've been attached to this soda crate for years and years. So I'm just going to tap along the edges where I've torn away that paper with my ink pad and just really grubby them up and just really make them look like they've got dirt and grime on them. If you've ever seen an old soda case, then you know what I'm talking about. They just look really old and grubby. Well, maybe I'm not going to make mine look quite that grubby, but you get the idea. Now, if vintage is not your thing, you can always skip this part or just put other labels, whatever your person might be interested in, whether it's football, basketball, racing, whatever it might be. You could put those types of labels on there. Totally make it your own and whatever that person's, favorite thing is. To make the labels look even more aged, I'm just going to crumple them up a little bit in my hands. Now, truth be told, I wish I'd crumpled them even more, because once I decoupage them to the crate, it kind of smooths out some of the wrinkles. Next, we're going to decoupage the labels onto the crate. I'm going to put one on the front and then one on the back. Then I'm just going to add a little bit of Mod Podge, or maybe a whole lot of Mod Podge. I will wipe some of that away in just a moment. It's just too much. And then once I get my placement just right with my label, I'm just going to start to tap it into place with my fingers, and then I'll switch over to my plastic wrap and just start to smooth the air bubbles out and any excess Mod Podge that might be up under there. Once I get everything smoothed out, I do go back around the edges and add just a little bit more Mod Podge, just to make sure that that label is going to stay in place. And then I just give it time to dry, and then I flipped it over and just repeated the exact same process with the label on the back side. Now I chose to only put 2 labels, but of course you can add as many or as few as you want. Next I'm going to add in some of this decorative thread, and this is from the Dollar Tree. I used about 1.5 bags in this crate, and then I'm going to pop in some of these root beers. I picked these up at Walmart. And then, of course, we cannot forget Dad's favorite snacks. I picked some of these up from the Dollar Tree, but of course, pick up your snacks wherever. And I'm just going to put them in here where they look really nice. And of course, we cannot forget a cute little bottle opener for Dad. He's got to have something to open up his root beer. And then we're going to add his tag. We're just going to tie it on there in the corner and let everybody know that this is reserved for Dad, not to touch it. I'm just going to tie the tag on with some jute twine and then snip off the excess ends, and then I'm just going to fray the ends of the twine just a little bit for a little more vintagey look. This was so simple and easy to do, and I'm so happy with how this turned out. Of course, you can dress it up and put whatever you prefer in there, whatever your person loves, but I'd like to know what you guys think. Thanks so much for stopping by, my friends. I truly appreciate it. If you enjoyed my video, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up and let me know down in the description box which one was your favorite. Don't forget to go check out Michelle and Jette's videos. I'll have their channels linked down in the description box, and I'll see you soon.